proactive and like when our meeting was going to be and like sending out that poll, and like you texted me personally, which was nice because like Slack sometimes doesn't send notifications, and I felt like that showed that you were really dedicated to it. So good job.
All right. I think I'll give a shout out to Mila. I think she has really gone above and beyond with the vaccine webinar. And, although, we didn't get the target audience we wanted to, I think you kept the cheerful attitude and figured out a way to work around that. And I think that's a very essential skill in teamwork and working with a team. So kudos to you on that.
I have a shout out. Shout out to Jeremy for keeping me accountable, because I know even though I stay the whole time in the meeting, I tend to want to like just play chess or whatever. Or like, for example, we were working on finding schools to like send emails to and stuff, and Jeremy got me to contact Jonathan to start that. So yeah, he keeps me doing work.
Cool. Yeah, and I think or bounce off of that, I think kudos to Zach for staying proactive and going that extra mile. Like I know how much Jeremy talks about that, your work ethic these last couple weeks, and it's been very strong. And I think you've shown a lot of growth in that aspect also. So nice job.
I want to say shout out to Jeremy for, I guess, being willing to do anything. I feel like that's who he is in this organization. Like no matter what help you need, he's there, and he'll be willing to, I guess, do stuff that he may not have like expected to do, before. Like he's just willing to help in whatever way possible, and like just there for everyone all the time. So thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you. I'm gonna take the easy ball. Now that Josh is also here. I know probably most of you haven't checked out the crick yet, but Aditya and Josh have been really grinding that one out. Countless hours put into it, and it really shows. There's a lot of great, amazing content in there. And then an extra shout out to both of them for scheduling a meeting with Shaw as well. So they went above and beyond in that case and reached out to people with that, and then met with them, got feedback as well. So huge steps with the curriculum. So good stuff, Josh and Aditya.
Josh, does Josh know what we're doing right now?
Yeah, let me recap for the YouTube audience in case we have one potentially. And to Josh, we're playing a new game, Hype Me Up. This was in the blog post, which now y'all are gonna have to read, but it was in the blog post. It's 15 minutes of just, you can only compliment someone else's work. Those are the only rules, and we'll just play this for like 15 minutes.
So who's talked about who so far?
We've all pretty much just like ping ponged around.
So yeah, I think you got full reign on everyone.
Well, I must say, Aditya, he's been a homie since day one. I've worked with him multiple times. School projects, and now the curriculum for care for them. And I must say, our chemistry is just phenomenal. We always get work done when we put our minds and stick them together. We put in a bunch of hours in, and we made like a 50-page document for the curriculum. And I don't know if we could have had that level of success if Aditya weren't my partner. But yeah, lately Aditya's been making a lot of dubs. You guys might have heard he got into Cornell, so give my boy Aditya a big woohoo.
Hey, yo, congrats.
Thanks, my guy. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing 1 year at Case and the next 3 at Cornell. So I got a transfer option that way, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty excited.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. I guess I just hyped up Aditya. Let me hype up everyone else now.
Wait, hold on. Can I hype up Josh before he hypes up everyone else? That'll be chill. All right. Let's bring this. So I think basically what Josh said, and I want to convey the same amount of gratitude to him. I think Josh really took the step forward. He drove an hour and 15 minutes to Jeremy's house first, and then to my house. That's a pretty long drive for him, and it really shows his dedication towards building the curriculum. And he really made sure that the output that he and I gave were of high quality and did not ever take the easy way route on the curriculum, which was very amiable about his work ethic.
Thank you, DT. Thank you. Well, I guess moving on from myself. Oh yeah, so Mila is like literally the youngest person on this team, but she's always like doing her 100% best effort. So like always hats off to Mila. Your work ethic's like phenomenal. I strive to have a work ethic like yours. You also do a bunch of things like outside of like this is not the only thing you do. I know that for sure. Like I remember we did like a play once. So I'm like pretty sure you do like arts like you sing, right? You do singing and piano, like probably a bunch of other extracurriculars since you're a junior now, and then like just juggle all of that together, and now you're doing care for them. Like that's just insane. So hats off to you for that. Yeah, being a junior and you're still doing care for them, that's actually insane. Wait, you're a senior next year. Wow. I feel old.
Thank you.
Yeah. Damn, okay. Yeah. So yeah, hats off to Mila for everything she's done. Thank you so much, Mila. Zach, is that a new haircut? Yeah, I like your new haircut, Zach. Zach's always there to, lighten the mood. He's a very smart kid. I always learn something when I talk to Zach. Zach has like his own like unique hobbies and interests that like I kind of like envy. He's a very hardworking dude who puts his mind to something. And honestly, if Zach really put like a lot more effort, I feel like he'd be like one of the most smartest kids I know. So like, thank you for everything you've done for Zach. And lastly, Jeremy, I don't think there's like we have to say anything for that because like Jeremy is like the only one since day one who's putting his like best foot forward. Literally like we are like so like hard carried by Jeremy, and then I think the second person who hard carries the team is Mila. But like Jeremy's been there for a longer amount of time, so I give the credit to Jeremy. Jeremy, he's a sophomore. Me too. Jeremy's a sophomore at Hopkins this year, and he's like, being pre-med and all, especially at like a bigger school like Hopkins, and he like puts in the time for care for them, like, and actually like goes above and beyond for it too by talking to everyone like Fast For You and Spark and everyone. Like, just hats off to Jeremy for that. That's just like something I could never probably do because I don't have that kind of motivation or work ethic. And Jeremy's like in shape. Like this kid is like
he's like an animal.
Whoa. Like this dude is like putting the work in the gym, in the classroom, and in like care for them stuff. So like as like he's a role model material right there,
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Jeremy, I totally did not forget you, and I totally had something coming for you. I said last, it's obviously not the least, definitely not the least, but the best. So I think what I wanted to really express to Jeremy is that we've hit a lot of road bumps on our journey thus far, and we're still on the way up. But Jeremy has always kept a cheerful attitude, been very positive about certain things, and has not let certain events drag him and the other team down, and our team down. And I think that's it's a very strong point of him, and I'm really appreciative of how much he has supported us throughout this journey. And I really look forward to working with him, continuing on to the future too.
Thank you. I'm gonna finish up real quick. Unless I saw you on mute.
Yeah. Shout out to Aditya. I feel like he's always the dude that like, I mean, since what year was it? Junior year?
The Rube Goldberg, yeah.
Yeah, Aditya and I have always gotten along pretty well, and I feel like he's just really good at like, I don't know like the word, like he's really good at Sam's getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. Sorry. Yeah, so Aditya is like really good at like getting at like the scientific minded stuff. Like he's very scientific minded, and like he did all the bylaw stuff, right? He did all the bylaw stuff. And I think that like that's something that even looking at it, I would like run in fear. And I was gonna say something similar to Josh that he said to me. I feel like he's always bringing like a light mood to the team, and it's fun talking about anime with him as well. So yeah.
I didn't know Aditya was also an anime fan.
I was just appreciating what they both said. Anime is not there yet. I guess Naruto every now and then, but
Yes,
I'm working on this summer. I'm working on making some music tracks and getting caught up with movies. All right, it's a work in progress.
Nice.
Aditya, please watch Attack on Titan. It's my favorite anime.
Yeah, I mean, Josh tells me. I mean, of course, he tells me to watch that all the time, and I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about Mila. I feel like Mila always like knows what the next step is. Like she's always the one. Like Jeremy's always the one to be like, hey, we need to do XYZ, but Mila's always the one who like knows what to do or how to do it. I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I definitely don't feel that way a lot of the time, but knowing that like people think about that is awesome. Thanks, guys. Also, I wanted to shout out Josh and Aditya. I haven't read through the curriculum yet, but I remember they sent out like that senior project email, and so I like clicked on it and I found your thing and I opened it and I was like, 50 pages, like it's super crazy that you guys like put in that much work and made a 50-page document, which is like, needs to be emphasized. Like that's a lot of pages. So like, thanks guys for that. And, really taking initiative on that was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was honestly like a ton of work. I'm gonna uncover some. I've had the amazing opportunity to connect with each of you like one-on-one as well. So hopefully I have permission to like uncover some things from those. Hopefully. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, cool. Yeah, hopefully it's not embarrassing. But I do want to point out, I'll start with Aditya because he's like right there on my screen. But Aditya, man, is probably the most mature dude like here. It's insane. Like it's insane how much you're willing to like go about and just analyze your own work, others' work, and like you're in pursuit of becoming the best you can be. And I think that's super respectable. Like you got a tough skin. You really handle like whatever comes at your way super well. And you're just able to build that off consistently. And Aditya has been coming up to me for the for how we do like feedback stuff. He like proactively asked for that. And I think that's super mature. And you've seen him grow just from like the 6 months, 7 months that we've been at this thing and doing the feedback stuff. So it's actually insane, amazing. Hats off to you for all that maturity. One of us just left here, but that's okay. Yeah. Oh, well, so go to Josh now. Josh, my dude, Josh, for all of you who don't know, he's kind of the dude who gets dragged in to like a lot of the brainstorming sessions. And so he's just got that ear to rebound ideas like back at me, because a lot of my ideas just are absolute ass. But then this dude like listens to it fully and he's able to just rebound it back. And it's normally just like super upgraded version of what I can produce. So this dude, like, he puts in a ton of time that a lot of you guys don't see because of all that. And so amazing stuff to Josh as well, because all that work is kind of hidden from everybody else. But I'm lucky enough to like have access to that. And then Mila, we all talked about her quite a lot, and all the like, I'll mirror everything else that everybody has said about her. And then I'll also add, so there's this one there's this one instance of Mila that I'm not sure all of you guys have experienced yet, but it's like 10:30 Mila who has a bunch of great ideas that just come flying out. And so that was seen in so many of the work sessions that she, like, all these meetings are optional, but she somehow finds a way given her tough schedule. I think you woke up at one point at like, or we're planning on doing so at like 5 a.m., which is kind of insane. But like a person with that tough of a schedule is also like super willing to go to these optional meetings and then give her work in and produce amazing results as well. That's also like, that's tough to do as a care for them person, but even tougher as just like a normal person who has to like, I don't know, wake up at 5 a.m., play 6 hours of tennis, all insane. So yeah, and then they're not here right now, but in case they look at the recording, I'll also shout out to Zach. Even though he loses like every single chess game, he also brings in that spirit from just like staying through like the whole way through each meeting. And he's also someone who like once he's doing something, his ideas are super high level. There's this one meeting, the reason why we on our attendance sheet, I gave Zach and I 2 because we stayed like an hour and a half after a full meeting. And we just stayed in the Zoom call working on our new advertisement, which is the intro video, because we were like, the intro video kind of sucks right now. Let's make a new one. So we kind of brainstormed for like an hour and a half, which is insane. But the content from that is really, it's going to be exciting. So hopefully we can brainstorm a little more and then it'll become a full like film. And then I'm going to shout out, I have Jonathan in my notes. The dude, he's just an absolute energy ball. So he's also one of the guys who, if he misses a meeting or isn't able to go to anything, he takes it on himself to like check in. So I'm not sure, because I'm not you guys, but I'm not sure if he's checked in with any of you guys when you led meetings, but he does when I'm leading them, and he always like, yo, can I check in with you like tonight? Does this time work? Like he's the dude that comes out and reaches out every single time. And he's super on top of his stuff. So amazing job to him too. Sweet. How'd that go? That was fun.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Very positive.
I just feel so like good right now, you know? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like really refreshing.
Years. So I kind of like, you know.
Honestly, when you take a step back and it's like, man, we actually put so much time and effort in
People
there.
like me?
You gotta take a step back.
Yeah, damn. Thank you, everyone. People perceive.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on now. Josh, you sadly didn't see the meeting structure, but hopefully this isn't too surprising. So we're gonna move on to announcements. I have in my brain notes to send one off to Mila. You can probably go first, and then Aditya as well.
Hi. So basically our COVID vaccine webinar will be next Tuesday at 7 p.m. And I need everyone here, please try your absolute best to come to this event. It should be, I feel like 30 to 45 minutes in length. And please, if you want to come, like if you're going to come to the meeting, can you please like fill out the Google form? So just so we can see, you know, get some responses, see who will actually be able to attend and, you know, plan accordingly. So yeah, I hope you guys can come, and also get your like parents to come, get siblings to come. We want as many people to come as possible, and friends as well, like reach out directly. So anything to add to that, Jeremy?
Yeah, and we will record it. So yeah, that's going to be the main objective, is just like get some good recording content. And she hasn't met most of the team. So if we all just go and then record it, nobody will know.
Mila, you all good? Okay. So I think Jeremy and I talked about this a lot, but we really want to get some movement on the curriculum. And right now, as some of you have brought up, Josh and I had been working on creating a pretty rough outline on the topics we plan to cover in the curriculum. And I think we first started with the more of the application side courses. So that's more like a health class. You could put it off like, what you learn in like 8th or 9th grade health. We'll be teaching that to middle school students. And I think, right now we just have a list of the topics we want to cover. And I think the topics we have already is sufficient enough for students. But what we want to do in the next steps is to water the information down to make it seem like we're not really lecturing, but make it like inquiry based. Jeremy and I had talked about this, I think it was day before yesterday, but I think we want we want a question, and we want like a problem that is seen in everyday life, and we want students to go and find that problem, and that involves us teaching the material and having them analyze it and run through that process in their head. And that way, we believe that is the best way students can learn, is to make them active and make them put it in a scenario of a problem. Like, don't make it don't make it like a classroom where somebody's like a teacher's just lecturing, just giving PowerPoint presentations. That's really not the idea of this. The idea of this is to really help students develop their critical thinking skills. And that is one way that Jeremy and I had thought about. And would really like to use next week to come and figure that out. And we have a timeline on what we want to do. It's pretty rough, but today's June 17th. And we have our meeting, and we wanted to, first we wanted to reach out to a couple professionals to take a look at, first we need to reach out to them before we, because that takes some time. So we were thinking about one of us can reach out to these teachers and individuals directly. So I think that's probably the first step of the curriculum. And then the next step is probably to just get revision into that next week. And our idea is to finish that by June 24th, so we can send the curriculum to the teachers then. So we'll probably have a couple meetings. Hopefully you all can make it, so we can really water down that curriculum. I know I threw a lot of you guys there. So if you guys have any questions, I think we'll probably post a schedule onto the Slack, but if you have any questions, feel free to fire away. I know I covered a lot there.
We'll also cover like the exact scheduling a bit later as well. So we'll get a general planning of all the timing and stuff like that. But yeah. And then Aditi, you want to also talk about the fun thing too?
Oh, right. Absolutely. So I think I don't think we really all of us have not met each other in person. And I was thinking that I think a really good idea is I think we were thinking next week, and this is totally up to what days you guys can work best. But I wanted to meet all of you guys at a restaurant somewhere in Wexford or Cranberry, wherever is really suitable for you all to meet, and just have some dinner and talk about a little bit of the curriculum, but just really be able to unwind and get to know each other more, because we know each other very much on a professional scale, but on that personal and social scale, I don't think we've gotten a chance to really develop that vibe. So I think it'd be a really nice way for us to do that. And I think next week looks pretty solid. What do y'all think?
I think that'd be fun. Yeah. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, that is the $1 million question.
Mount Washington is called Altius.
Like, I thought,
fine dining. I was thinking like Burgatory. That was my idea. I've never been there actually, but
Never been to Burgatory?
I've never been to Burgatory. Yeah, I mean, of course, I love burgers, but I just have never been to Burgatory.
I think that means we gotta go.
That's not a bad idea at all.
I think there's one in McCandless. I think like the
Yeah.
brand new shopping complex.
Mhm.
So that's pretty
One
nice.
that like theater cinema. That's what it's called.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's also, I don't know, have you guys been to Milkshake Factory? Best milkshake ever.
Mhm.
I guess one right there. I think we should just
heard it's
get one
like-
before there.
Overrated and overpriced.
No way. No. I heavily disagree with that, Josh.
Yeah. Okay. Bet. I should go to a milkshake factory one of these days then.
I don't know. So what do you guys like to eat? I'm just curious.
Fetuses.
This guy.
Kidding.
This
And
guy.
it's recorded on YouTube and
I
he's
recorded on
Guys,
YouTube.
You can cut that out.
you forget this like once a meeting and then say you're gonna cut it out. It's on. I'm sure there is stuff on YouTube that you wish were cut out. No.
We just got to put like rated R on here, like when we're showing this out to people.
Yeah, this one's not for kids.
The race is rated R.
I'm good with anything, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same. As long as there's like no human body part, I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I think we should do you want to let Zach maybe chime in to see if he wants to put anything to that too?
He's gonna be gone.
Okay. I'll make sure to reach out to them, but do you guys had like a particular date in mind? I was thinking like the 25th, the 24th, the 22nd, 27th. I don't mind actually meeting on a weekday, but I know you all might have some extracurriculars or stuff like that to do.
Yeah, weekdays for me 8 till 5:30. I can't do. Everything else I'm good.
I feel like next Thursday.
That would work for me too.
Oh,
I
yeah,
also
I
like,
was-
live pretty far, so like I can't. I don't know. I'll try to make it.
Yeah, I was thinking like if we do a weekday, Thursday would be the only one, but then we miss our meeting, which isn't ideal.
Yeah.
If we want it weekends, probably like I personally am all free weekend, and if we do lunch, then Josh could probably make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Josh, would lunch or dinner work better for you?
Lunch, I think, be ideal. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Bring Jaden too.
Actually,
Yeah, I need to check in with him.
okay.
You will be questioned.
All right, cool. Let's move on to this.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, oh yeah, sorry.
oh, my bad. Next Saturday, like lunch, I think that would be perfect.
Okay, sweet. Let me
I
send
think I think we can do that. I gotta go to a grad party on
Yeah,
that
that's
Saturday.
It's at 5, so
It's hers at 5. Okay. Yeah, that if it works for Josh, we'll do it.
okay.
So
Yeah, no promises, but I think that should be feasible.
Yeah, we can keep planning it too.
Mhm.
bet.
Aditya, did you want to say something?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, what day were you guys thinking about? I just need to have a good idea because I still get dropped off. I have a license, but like I have the insurance, but it's just I got 2 pretty big cars, and I don't want to rough that. Pretty new and big cars. I don't want to like rough that out. So that's why.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you need a ride as well.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So here's the meat. New team structure. We changed the names a little bit. So you can stick to any of these, right? So there's board, liaison, admin, operational relations. And you can can everybody read like I did a tiny description. It is kind of small, so hopefully it's readable. Should I make it bigger? Is it good? Feedback?
I think it's good.
We give like 2 seconds to for you guys to read it, and then I'll kind of discuss over top, and feel free to let me know if I need to repeat anything. But the way this kind of works is the board is kind of like to give ideas and only ideas and very minimal exposure to like actually doing stuff. So currently our board is kind of just chilling there. We prefer you not to choose the board, but it's okay if you do. Liaison is generally aimed at like the younger members so that when our term limit passes up, and we should probably write that down somewhere in we should probably readopt our the bylaws. But when our term is up, these guys take our place and they will be voted on either the board or the public. And then here's our core team, which is what we're on now. It may be getting a little bit smaller, but we'll see. And here are the three kind of things. Admin does a bunch of like small things, but a lot of the small things. Relations kind of does what it sounds like, sets up outreach programs. And the way this all is, and then this one is managing the whole crick and the meat of our org. And the way this kind of works is it's a game of like pass off. And that way it's more efficient, right? Because if these guys always do the reach outs, they probably have all the templates all written down, and they probably have all the like all the resources that you would need to do anything that relates to outreach, publicizing media, publicizing events, all of that. And so it's just easier if we can toss them like why, when, where, all of that stuff, all of that info, and then they can do the outreach for us. And so it kind of works in that machine sense on like this part does this task, but it does it really well. And so as the core team, there's not going to be any like admin tells this what to do. We're going to, in our meetings, we're going to hash out this entire 2-week schedule, and we'll keep updating this because next week we're going to look at the next week. So we're just going to keep updating the schedule so everybody knows what's up, and we'll build it for each other. So that's what the core team is going to look like. All the sort of short-term goals and the long-term goals are going to be decided with you during these meetings. And so hopefully that gives less planning when the week rolls by, and you can just do your work and do your thing. Cool. Any questions about this / ideas? Because this is not final. This is just an idea right now, but we're going to try and finalize it today. Okay, I got a thumbs up from Josh. Another one from Aditya. Okay, are you sure, everybody? Any more red flags? Because this is, I'm gonna bring it. This is intense mode now. This is gonna be like pretty much final. So if you have any sort of concerns, you can also like private message me and I can bring it up too. But any sort of ideas, because this is, I really believe this might be like the successful one. We did have a concern before on like the way these positions are going to be sort of decided are basically steps moving forward. If we do choose to go with this exact template, the kind of way to move, what was that? The kind of way to go forward is to fill out this form. I built like this Google form. It's on our Care for Them website. It's the join us button that is updated, and you can just fill that out again. And so if you fill out that form, there's gonna be a lot of optional questions, but then right after you fill that form out, I'll send you my Calendly link, and we're just gonna do a quick 15-minute check-in. We did the check-ins before, I don't know if you remember, but that was when I asked you like, what do you want to gain from Care for Them? All of that, the juicy questions. And I wrote down all your answers, and I'm just going to check in with progress, how you're feeling, and kind of use my eyeball to decide which of these positions that you applied for might suit you best. And obviously we're learning. And so one concern was, is this really the best way forward if we're all just learning? And so the answer to that is like, obviously it might not be, but this probably gives us the best shot because all of us are going to be learning. And although we're not going to be, pros day one at this entire thing, hopefully the plan is we're going to be closer to pros, and we're choosing people who are closer, that have the proactiveness, that have all the traits to really like manage these areas, so that they're willing to learn and they're willing to just put it all out. And so hopefully the team that ends up from this is going to be like the most optimal one going forward. Cool. I just want to do another thumbs up because like this is kind of important for me to like make sure there's no are y'all comfortable? Like just cool, comfortable with this way?
Yeah, for the liaisons, are they going to be sort of part of two teams? So can they like move around on meetings and stuff and just understand what everyone's doing?
Yeah. So each of these court spots, they're gonna be like way more responsibilities. So and it doesn't mean like only one person has to take on it. If you're put with a partner, you're put with a partner, and both of you carry out the same responsibilities of that team. There's no high low. You both are doing it. What the volunteers do is they just volunteer their time whenever asked or needed, and that's just like lower commitment. They don't have any massive responsibilities or accountability to them. And then the liaisons, they bounce around, so they really don't manage anything, but they hang out with each group to check out like what exactly is going on. So let's say you're a cord rotating liaison for like a month. All you're going to be doing is you're going to be sitting in, because normally what's going to happen is like if you're admin team, you're probably going to have an admin meeting if it's not just you. Or maybe like if admin and this team, operational team, wants to do some sort of event together or plan that out, you're going to have a separate meeting and these people are just going to join in. So they kind of just like piggyback along with all the managing people and see how it works within each of these. And so hopefully they get a good sense of what each of these teams do, and they can better choose. And so we also have like this liaison who are gonna just work with these two groups, and then we also have this liaison. This obviously is like changeable. I just sort of like wanted to just showcase like which groups really work together. And that's the only reason why I have these circles here and like these liaisons, because these two are going to work together, these two are going to work together, these three are going to work together, so they can bounce around and see how that dynamic works.
Okay, I think that sounds good.
Sweet.
I did
Final-
want to ask one question, if it's all right.
Yeah.
So right now, within the current routine where we have right now, do you think we have enough people that can effectively be the liaisons, at the same time also operate within the group too? Because like if we have just one person in one team, like they're gonna have to be the liaison. But if we have like 2 or 3 people, then we have one liaison and 2 people who can focus in on just that group itself. So do you think that the current team, like the current makeup of the team we have right now, like the size of it, is it effective to do that?
Yeah, so what the liaisons are it's a completely like separate role that is mainly for like younger people or people who want like no commitment or like very little commitment and just like hop on to meetings just to figure out like what each of these do. So the roles are just going to be these 3. So I can answer it in that sense of like, if we split our team now into these 3 roles, do we have enough? I would say yeah, because honestly, if we just had 3 people, it'd be enough to manage. And obviously we're going to have volunteer meetings. The idea is we have more like volunteer meetings during our work meetings. So that'll be another point that I'll touch on is work meetings are now going to be established, I believe Monday at, I think it was 8:30, could be very wrong. I'll check that. But work meetings are going to be either Mondays at 8:30 or 9:30. And what that means is no longer are they sort of mandatory. They're going to be fully flexible, which means if we schedule something during that time block, you're probably obligated to go there because we plan something out that's important. But if we don't plan something, you don't have to go. There's nothing going to be happening. If there's no work for you to do with other people, you don't have to go. So it's just going to be another easy planning time. So like, let's say we decide Thursday we want something, especially like for us the pre-crick sort of meeting, we can just say, hey, work meeting, can we schedule this? Does anybody have anything more important? If not, let's just schedule this during a work meeting. And then that way, like you don't have to schedule anything. It's an easy time that all of us are going to be available because we kind of planned it out. But if there's nothing going on, you don't have to show up. So yeah, that's going to be the new role of those meetings. And then, yeah, to answer your question once again, is liaisons totally separate thing. And then we basically only need 3 people, and we're going to have way more we're going to try and host more volunteer meetings and stuff like that. So you're not going to be the only one working on it. You're just going to be the only one managing it.
All right. Looks great.
Sweet. And just to remind everybody, the steps now are to fill out the Google form on our website, the Join Us button, send in our website. And after you do that, I'll check it out. I'll get an email, and then I'll just send you a calendar link, and we can hopefully schedule something so that we'll do like a quick 15-minute check-in, and then next week we'll have decisions out. Cool. Does that sound good? Josh is kind of dazed. He's like, I want this to be over.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this under 5 minutes, so don't worry. New meeting structure. We're gonna cover this real quick. Basically, what you saw today is this probably will not be happening. We'll start with some sort of fun activity. It is not going to be hype me up every single week. Highlight any important announcements, which we did. We're going to go to a discussion period where we're just going to review some stuff, basically what we did today with this. And then we're going to plan next week's goals right here. And then we'll also look at a little medium-term goals. So for next week, Aditya, do you want to recap sort of what you talked about during our previous period?
Absolutely. So right now, in a couple days, I would like to hold a meeting with a couple of you guys to decide and brainstorm this is just with regards to the curriculum, which professionals should we reach out to that can best give us advice and their knowledge on our curriculum to make it as good as we can make it. And I think a good date that I was thinking about might be sometime this weekend, like either on the 19th or 20th. Whatever time suits for you guys. And then, right after we do that meeting, I think the idea is that Jeremy and I would go out and send those emails to those professionals at that point. Then, and that will probably be shortly after we brainstorm that. And after that, I would just like to use that time to revise the curriculum that week, next week. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And by Thursday, so it's exactly 1 week from now on the 24th, I would like the curriculum to be a little bit more combed through and a little bit more watered down from the form it is right now. And this is the form that we will send to the professionals so we can get their feedback. And I just want to emphasize on the 24th, by no means is that our final curriculum. It's just a time when we can really get our ideas together, so that we can send some work to the professionals that we can work on from then on.
Yeah, nice. So just to ask real quick, were you thinking the meeting over this weekend be about which professionals to reach out to, or revising their curriculum, or both?
Yeah, so actually I think we should have 2 meetings. if that works for you guys. I think the idea was to have a shorter meeting, so we can decide those professionals. And once we had that in mind, like either on Tuesday or Wednesday, or Monday, we can meet and talk about and revise the curriculum for a little bit. And we have most of the ideas and the outline of it. We just really need to water some of the material down, as well as develop some problem statements that students can work around as a model for teaching. Does anyone have any questions? I'm happy to answer them.
All good. Sweet, thank you. So for admin, here are my kind of goals. Going forward, want to get like all the teams situated. So team situated, which means Google Forms and just check-ins. So Google Forms and then check-ins, and then we'll also I'm also going to type up an email that I can send to Hopkins professors, public health professors, to reach out about just care for them. See if we can do like some sort of research, because we're probably going to be sending out a bunch of surveys. So it'd be cool if we can do some research. So I'm going to type up email to Hop professors. And then for next week, I am on a mission. So the goal, I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Okay, yeah. So the goal is to reach out to 25 Hopkins professors. That's the minimum. So at least 25. So that's the current long-term goal of this. And obviously, if I finish this early, then we'll just move straight to that. Cool. And then right now we don't have anybody representing the public relations team, but we'll see what happens. All right, cool. 10:29. There's no meeting recap anymore because we're gonna direct everybody to the blog. That'll serve as a recap. So we ended an hour. Hell yeah.
We did it, guys. We did it.